Today I want to talk about learning. As you may know, we've been having computer problems and HD problems. Let me explain it to you this way. I often tell people that the internet is still like the wild, wild west. You can walk down the street in Dodge 100 years ago, and you might have a gunslinger that comes to town every once in a while. But you walk down the street today, you've got cyber things out there that are waiting to get you, viruses, and we had the equivalent of the swine flu virus. And I'm sure somewhere in the world people were real happy that they hit a prayer ministry as big as we are. That's a victory. Silly, it really is. And then our changes on HD, let me explain it this way. Let's say you drove over to my house, and as you're driving over to my house, you're thinking, wow, I love my car. This car runs great. You come in my driveway and you come to the door. You don't even come in. You just hand me something, and I greet you and shake your hand, thank you, and then you go back out to your car. You go to put the key in the ignition, but the keyhole's no longer there. And you fiddle around and you say, am I losing my mind? The keyhole was here a minute ago. Am I forgetting where the key is to turn on the car? And you go through a complete search, getting out of the car, walking around the car. Well, that's the way it is on the internet. Things can change overnight, and no one tells you about the change or the redesign or what you have to come up and learn. So what do you do in those situations? Well, there is only one thing to do, and that's to go to God, the great wisdom, and to have a mind that is humble enough to keep learning. The whole internet revolution is a learning process, and I'm certainly in that on a daily basis, and so are you. But we have to keep learning about all aspects of life, whether we're attending school or Classroom 101 of the School of Life. We have to keep learning. We have to keep growing. This is what makes life alive. Life is a school of change, and we have to be ready. When we hold on to the past, we become like Lot's wife, a pillar of salt, which was embalming fluid back then. She was embalmed in her past. We have to say, God, I haven't a clue what I'm doing, but you do. Help me. And you know what? Every time God will, I wish you happy learning and happy discoveries.